Hi there, Jeannie here. Okay, so I've got two books that I'm going to offer up today here on YouTube. I just need to make some extra money to take care of something that came up. So I have these two finished that I had never listed. I haven't ever decided what I'm going to do about Etsy and their free shipping thing, and I don't want to figure it out right now. So I'm just going to offer these up. This one is A Deer at Our House. It's got 3 vintage buttons here and some vintage fabric. The lace, or the trim here, is not finished. This is from, this is a library edition. I think this is a pretty little book. It's just got a seam binding tie here. And I've left plenty that if you need to make it so it will stretch out, you can. It's got a hitch post. I think I need to make sure you can see. Okay. Alright. So here's the front. It does have some staining and stuff that was in the book when I got it. There was a tear here on the page, so I just put a little piece of washi tape. Then there's just a little envelope here, and it has a tiny little note in there for you. Well, I need my tweezers. Okay. Just a tiny little paper here. It's got a scalloped edge. I'm going to put that back in. I don't want to bend it. I'll do it later. There's just a label that I've cut here out of some ledger paper and a little butterfly out of a Reader's Digest book, a little paper doily, and a little bit of fabric. This side has, this book belongs to, pulls out, it's got a place for journaling. This is a little text spot fold out. There's a little journaling card there. Spot for journaling here, and then tucked behind there is some ledger paper, and then some journaling here. And one of my favorite fabrics, I made myself a apron, a full-length apron out of this fabric. It looks very 1940s. I also added that on the edge as a ruffle. This side just has some collaging done on it. There's a little label here and a little bird, some lace, and then just a little index card that I put a flower on. Stamped some random butterflies on the back. This is just a tuck spot. A little deer on there. This is a flip up. It's got a little faux flare here, and then this is my fabric postcard that we made quite a while back on my channel here. There is a video for that. Just tucks in there. And then this is just a pretty page. This flips open. Lined page. This is a paper sack. This one here tucks underneath the button there. You can open it up. And then there's also a journaling card on this side. And a journaling card on this side. I've done some, got some pictures on there. This side has a little circle tuck pocket with the little round journaling spot. I love this little cat on this one. You can journal here. Journal here. More journaling. This is a book page. Tuck spot. Just some paper, what am I trying to say? Book page I put on there. That's a little Tim Holtz people, and this is a little crochet lace tuck, and I've layered some Tim Holtz flowers under there. They look like they should have been standing in a garden. This is from a magazine. I just glued that on there. This is just a pocket. Lots of journaling space there. And then here's the middle of the first signature. Just got some little punches, flower punches on there. This is another tuck. This is some of my lace that I scanned and printed out. And here's your journaling area for there. And then just some, this is all just collaged. It's got Tim Holtz people on an envelope, but it's just a collage. This one has a journaling spot here, tuck spot here. And this can also, you can take this apart and put hidden journaling in there and then tie it back together. And then there's this tag. Then I've sewed some trim here on the bottom. On this side there's also a journaling spot. Another one of those tags. And this tag. This is the other side of that paper with the book page on it. This is a CD envelope. Inside there is a Viewmaster that I've just put pictures of flowers in. And then I put a Tim Holtz, an applique, and a little seam binding. It's got seam binding here, and then you can journal on the back. That just slips down in there. And then there's this tag. Excuse me. More lined paper. Place for journaling and a place for journaling. I've done some inking, random inking out throughout. This is the other side of the paper bag. It's got a tag there. A little poofy bird, and then I put some bird washi on the back. And then this is just collaged on there. This side is, I got kind of crazy with the inking there. I like it. This side has a faux flare holding it down. I made this, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, so it's surprising me as we go through too. Now this page here, when I put this one in, it did go kind of crooked. So you can take this completely out if you'd like to, you know, just carefully tear it out or leave it. It looks more crooked because the lines are crooked on the page, but I did want to make that one. See, this side doesn't look so bad. So it's worse because of how these lines, the red lines from other pages I had dyed together, kind of, this one especially. So, and then this folds out. It's from a seed catalog. Another line page. This is a printout. I scanned some trim that I have. It's got a pink baby deer on it. And then this is just collaged on here. And it's got a little velvet ribbon to open up. And you've got a place to journal. Or put anything in here that you'd like. So that just slides down in there. Here's another little kind of 3/4 circle with some collaging on it. A vintage piece of flower trim. It's got the sewing on the back. A little piece of pink lace. More paper to write on. This one has a little clip. And on this clip is this little Tim Holtz charm. I hope you're seeing okay. My camera looks like it's adjusted itself. Okay. So this is a fold-out envelope. I can get that one. It's just got a little card in there. And I've done some collaging with a postage stamp and some laces and thread and button there. And then this side, it's pinned up. There's a tuck spot there with this little journaling card, and then this clip just goes right back on there to hold it all together. My pin came undone. Alright, so this side I've made a belly band. Forget how I took that out there. Made a belly band out of some of the book page with deer on it. And then I've just collaged on this side. You could journal all around this if you wanted to. Done some stitching there. And this side is all kind of wrinkled, kind of feels cool paper for you to write on. I've done lots of sewing in this book. Here's another fabric postcard, The Deer at Our House. This is from the book, the actual book. Made a faux postage stamp, and there's a place to write. And then we've got another flip up here. More writing paper. Here's another one of these. I just love how she's sitting there. I think she looks cute. Here's this one up close. And I love the colors, how that turned out. So it just slips down in there. This tag doesn't want to come out. Well, I'll work on that off camera because I don't want to tear it up. You know how it is when you're filming, nothing seems to work right. So this has just got a corner collage here, a little piece of vintage fabric and a button, and then a card that I've sewn on. This is just, I just stamped some dragonflies on there, and there is some trim on the bottom here. This is a pocket. And then just plain paper. There's more of that vintage fabric. This one's just a pretty page. This one has a little vellum envelope here. And just a little card with a butterfly. Oops. Alright, this is vintage trim here. Stationery. I'm going to have to work on that. It kind of tore. I'm going to have to figure that out. The piece under there. There. I'll have to get that fixed. Alright, and then this is the paper bag. We've got some tags here. Just some collaging here, and here's a tag. And then here's a journaling spot. And then on this side, I can't remember how this all works, there's a journaling spot here. This is from a vintage bird field guide book. And I've stamped some lines on there. This is an old greeting card. It had a sentiment there, so I put a tag over it. I think it said in sympathy or something. This is the other side of it. And this has a little ribbon pull. Just a little Beatrix Potter card you can alter. This is from the book, this page is. This is one of my embroidery pieces that I scanned and printed, and then just put some fabric and flowers there. Another cover page. This is an altered playing card. Excuse my finger, I cut it today. I must have lost my band-aid somewhere along the way. I just noticed that lace and button. And this is from that, also from that bird field guide. Here's another playing card. It's just all collaged on there. This is an old matchbook cover. Journaling spot. This one, I can't remember how this works. Oh, this is a altered huge paper clip. It's got an owl bead hanging from it. Can't remember. Yep. And it was holding down this one. And under here are 2 journaling cards. And a little fabric pocket. And then it just goes. This thing is huge. Goes like that. And then that hangs off the edge. More writing paper with some trim. This is from a, what's that book? Richard Scurry, maybe? It's from a children's book. There's a pocket there. There's more deer in there. I don't know if you can see it. This is from a encyclopedia that had the deer image handy. This is the envelope that goes with that stationery from earlier. You can flip it, and this is from a seed catalog. You can journal there and hide it. You can tuck something into the envelope. Got it sewn on the edge, and so it makes another tuck spot. Here's some more writing paper, and see how it's also dyed, so it makes it look kind of crooked. This is from a vintage children's book. More ledger paper. And then the end has some more of this trim. And then this little pocket that I've collaged all kinds of stuff on. Another little tag that's got one of my paper piecings. The pattern is from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. And then journaling on the back. So this book, oops, I gotta get that back in there. This book will be $35 plus shipping, discounted from what it would be on Etsy. So I will leave the information and I can't get that in there online or on camera. I'll leave the information about it and how to contact me down below. And then this one is not tied up, but I'll tie it up to show you. This is a Telltale Little Red Riding Hood. Got some red fabric here and some trim. The original price tag, it wouldn't come off. I was going to tear up the book, but I kind of like that myself. I've put book corners on this one. I've put eyelet on both sides, and then but this I just wrap around, but there is an eyelet there in case you want to change how this does. Let me move this. Okay, so when we open it up, I love the inside of the Telltale books. That's probably one of the things I love most about their books. This is my favorite size, my favorite. I just love these Telltale books. I've got This Book Belongs To, and then here is a flat pin that you can use. It's got a little leaf charm on there, and you can paper clip that anywhere in the book that you want to. It's got some trim here. This is new trim. This is also new trim. Writing paper, and just a tuck spot. And some of these I tried, that one's got wolf. I tried to use dictionary pages with something on it. I love this paper. Okay, and then this is the other side of the dictionary paper. And then there's just, oh yeah, these tags are a little tuck spot. I've cut out Little Red Riding Hood and I've glued her on there. This is a little faux flare with bunnies. And then this is just a little place for you to journal. And it tucks up under there like that. And then we've got a little side pocket here and a little journaling card. Little Red Riding Hood. This is from some free printables I found online. And this fabric, this vintage, this was a vintage apron that I found at the thrift store. And I cut up. I put some there too, and I left some of the trim. And then there's the flashcard, journaling spot, tea stain paper. And this has got the wolf with glasses is inside that. And just a little envelope. What big eyes you have. I keep moving my stuff around. What very big teeth you have. I put on the back Hallmark. Alright, And then back behind here is a flashcard thing that I folded in half and put some writing paper on the back. Just fabric ruffle and some tea stain paper. Yellow writing paper that's been stained. Here's a Little Red Riding Hood looking in the mirror. Use some little rickrack. I had some little yellow lace that I used. Ledger paper and stained paper. This is just a double pocket. On this one I have little wooden buckets. Oh dear, buttons. Then some flashcards. This one's got house. And then a tag. This one's just a little flashcard addition. And then a little tag. I'm going to put some trim here, which really bulked the book up, but I like it. Here's the wolf in the bed, and I've got a glassine bag here. Inside this bag is just a little index card, and then I put some fabric there so that it will kind of hook on there. More of the yellow. Here's a little envelope out of tea stain. I've got the wolf. And the W. I thought that looked like a granny cooking. This is a Whitman. I can't remember what card set that was, but I like the Whitman's cards. I know we all do. More tea stain paper here and more of the fabric. This is a little flip up. Got lined paper there. A sweet little playing card you can alter. And then another tag. I've sewn a little stamp or a snap on there. Here is the other side of the dictionary paper, and it has wood on it. This is the actual book. I did have to cut it down a little bit to make it fit, and the edges of it are a little rough too on this one. That was another reason I had to cut it down, but the whole book is here. And it's a cute book. Got little plaid or checked butterflies in the center of this one. So. Okay, and then we're in the third signature. Got a little playing card here. I've altered it a little bit, but you could sure alter it more. It's got a little mouse there and a strawberry. This has got wood check, wood cutter. There's a little wood cutter and a flare button. And this flips up. There's a chipmunk on there. You probably can't see it, but there's a little chipmunk. And then this just has another one of the cards that pulls out for you to alter. And then that tucks underneath the flare. A red lace. And then this is just a hidden paper clip thing. It's got part of the book story there. This is a vintage picture of Little Red Riding Hood. I got that out of one of my storybooks. I don't know. Here's a vellum envelope, and it's got a Little Red Riding Hood inside it there. Some blue rickrack. There's just some lace on this page. Lace tuck on this page. I got some flowers. A little stamping. A pocket made out of fabric. This was all of this fabric. This brown fabric came off of a shirt. This has got the woodsman on it. And it opens up. This one, it goes around like that. I was looking at it before and didn't get it all sealed back up. There's a bunny. Here's an index card. So then this just wraps around and you can, oops. I'm very awkward on camera. Oh goodness. I'm out of practice. Not that I was ever very good, but Here's the wolf, and here's the woodsman. I just put it on a little bitty playing card. That's the first pocket. The second pocket has G. This is from an old address book, phone book. I used G. And then grandmother's spectacles. And does that, I can't remember, nope. These are just tucks that come from underneath. There's wood. They both have writing paper. This is actual, the other book had the scan. This is the actual fabric trim, and it's kind of got a flocked. And here's the journaling card under it. And I had this Boy Scout button in my, oh, I guess I put it that way on purpose. I had this in my stash, so it's got a wolf on it. Huntsman. And then you could tuck other stuff back in there. There's a little flower, fabric flower, and there's a snap there. And you can tuck little things down in here. And then snap it back. So it's just a little place to journal. Then I've got some collaging, and you can journal right there on that little label, and then this flips up. This is some of this trim. There's another one. I've got some very vintage trim right there. I don't know what that's called. More of the lace. And another tag. That's one of my favorite stamps. I thought it was good for in here. Granny Wins. This is out of a vintage. This is a vintage Red Riding Hood that's old. It's got some of the book there, and then here's the back of the book. And then this, I just would take it and wrap it around and tie it. I think it's how I did that. It's kind of bad when you haven't done something for a while and then you can't remember what you did. But I did also add the eyelet on both sides, so that if you want to use the eyelet, you can too. But I've left plenty of extra here so that the book can grow. So this is my second book that's available today. If you would like this book, just contact me here on YouTube, I'll put the information below for this one too. And this one will be $25 plus shipping. So thank you, and if you are interested in either of those, please let me know. So next thing I'm going to be doing is cutting up some fabric. I've got lots of vintage fabric and clothes that I've collected to cut up, and I will be having some fabric bundles. So thank you. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. Have a great day. Bye.